Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we? Everyone doing good? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. The week is coming to an end. We got Powell speaking at 10 o'clock. We got Jackson Hole Symposium Day 2 all day today. You guys like the new little addition right here? Hey, the stream's getting better and better, right? The quality's going up, profit's going up, right? Fingers crossed. Mic a little low. I turned it down a little bit yesterday. Is it still low? I'll turn it up a little bit. Is that better? Should be good. I don't want to make it too loud. It just depends how far away I am, I guess. But I cranked it up a little bit just now. But today, right, I want to see how we open at 9:30 in the next 9 minutes. And then we got Powell speaking at 10. So, depending on how we open, you never know what he's going to say, right? He's speaking, I think, at the symposium. So, let's jump into it, right? We got, like I said, 10 a.m., Powell speaking, new home sales, and then it's all day today, Jackson Hole Symposium. Here's what I'm looking at in NASDAQ, right? 4 hour over here. Daily. So we're dipping down or dipping up into previous day's low here. I'm just gonna make it blue. Right. This moved down, at least on the daily, right? We've immediately rebalanced to this range. Move down here. I'm looking to see what it does, right? Because you have below these lows, right? Displacement down, and we have equal lows down here. And also this low right here is low of the week. On the weekly chart, you can see this low, or these lows right here, is low of the week so far. This is Monday's low. Yeah, I just want to see, right, how we're reacting off this level and refine it here. But we have taken out, right, some kind of buy side above these bodies. Almost like a little 3 drives up here. And the bodies of the daily chart, right, that volume imbalance expected here. So honestly, clear draw for shorts, right? Digging up into this imbalance here. We're close to equilibrium here from this high to this low. Feeling range here. Here to here. if we want to cut this into quadrants, right? This large imbalance in the 4 hour. But I'm really interested in seeing how we react to the Wednesday's low. For now. Right, 9:30 could change all that. Working with what we got. But just real quick, we'll go glance at oil. We were eyeing a short yesterday, but it's looking like it's taking out these equal highs, right? So the short was negated. The idea was negated. We were looking for something kind of similar to what's been happening, right? Retracement, drop, retracement into the displacement, then drop again. And that's what we got here. I was looking for it to happen here as well, right? Down to these equal lows, maybe even down here to this weekly low. But it's null now, that idea. We'll just watch that. Right, we've taken out this high. All right, you can't see it. I look for SMT, but I'm not, it's not like a requirement for me to take a trade, right? Just like there's certain concepts I'll use in a trade, but I'm not looking for those in every single one of my trades, right? Some trades might include SMT, some might not, you know? Oh my God, we're already talking about what ICT said about me in the last stream again. No, I actually didn't go back and watch. I did not go and watch. I didn't have time yesterday. I went and played some tennis / pickleball. I say tennis. It was just pickleball. If you guys know what pickleball is. An hour 24. If I have time, I might go listen to it. But yeah, we're taking out this high. Yeah, pretty much gay tennis. It's fun though. It's a fun social sport. Like, you don't have to be super athletic to play it. So there's all types of people out there. And dude, some of the old people out there, like some of the grandmas and grandpas are nasty. Like, it's insane. Because that's all they do. They're like retired and they just go out there and play. Let's just peek at gold real quick. Oh, my second week playing, or like first week playing with like friends, they're teaching me how to play. There's this there was this like older dude, like probably like my grandfather's age. Well, my grandparents are all passed away now, but except for one. But this older guy, senior guy, and I hit a shot and the dude went to go get it and like tripped. I guess he obviously is older and lost his footing and like fell and then started bleeding everywhere, and I felt so bad. But I know that he was trying so hard to beat us because he wanted that ego boost, you know? So I was like, I can't take it easy on him. Yeah, they've been grinding. Hey, respect. Showing up and playing. So we also talked about yesterday on gold, right? These highs and how you'll see like on the initial day of digging into like a daily fair value gap, for example. You saw it dig in here, and then the next day you'll see the reaction out of it. That's kind of what we're seeing here, right? Dig into it the first day, the following day, see a reaction out. So maybe that's something we can watch. It's still just kind of choppy. I mean, shoot, I'm trying to be like that when I get older. That's how you stay young, honestly. If you just wither away and sit in an old folks' home all day. your environment is going to affect you more than you think. But I'm really looking for a setup on like a 5-minute, you know, something clean. We can get something up in here, right? We'll sit on the higher time frames as usual and wait. 9:30 is in 20 seconds. Toby or Tobe? I think it's Toby. All right, we just open. We'll name this relative equal lows. I like having like a little bit more specification on these levels because it gives me a little bit more conviction, right? If we have RELs or equal lows, right? We know that clean edges like to be made jagged. So rather than just putting sell side liquidity, get a little bit more specific. Pickleball is kind of like if you got shrunk down and placed on top of a table tennis or like ping pong table. All right, so let's see what we get here, right? We're gonna have a high, low, higher, high, and we're breaking down right here so far. Kind of like that breaker pattern, right? I want to see something after hitting that daily low, right? Immediately rebalancing this range because we are above midnight open, right? And if we are bearish for the day, 8:30 opens above midnight open price. So if you're bearish, you think it's going to be we're going to expand lower for the day and be a down close day like yesterday, then we're in a deep premium for the morning. And you have all this trend line liquidity, I guess you could call it, right? That could be targeted. But I want to see some kind of fair value gap or something form here in balance. Because if we do get like a breakdown below, close below, and then get some kind of retracement up, we have 8:30 open price right here. That's some confluence. Gonna have this breaker swing here if it does want to form. Yeah, Shinra, I've been saying immediate rebounds right here on the daily chart. If you go look at the sessions, right? Asia has been taken, London has been taken. And we have these session lows that are untouched, but obviously we want to see evidence of the setup, right? Like to me, in the past week, the all week, we haven't really had a clear draw, right? Maybe higher, right? Gun in my head, that's what I've been saying, at least up into these levels on the daily chart. But now that we had that displacement down and we have equal lows, right? There's a clear, obvious draw to me that these could be targeted next after retracing this large move, right? Sorry, I got it. Like up in here, just looking at the 1 hour, there's no real, nothing that I liked. But now that we had this move down and we've retraced some of it, and we've hit this higher time frame point of interest, right? Wednesday's low. But it's important. Why is that low important? Because on this move down, right, sell side was delivered. This candle opens up, and we come back up into that range and immediately rebalance it, preventing a daily fair value gap from forming, right? And if we look at regular trading hours, there is a new day opening gap, right? We opened up here from where we closed yesterday. So it makes even more sense to want to come down and rebalance some of that as well. So that's some more, I would say, confluence to look short, right? At least initially in the morning. Combine that with equal lows, combine that with the displacement down. There's also a tiny new day opening gap here as well. And we have that overlapping with this week's new week opening gap. And if you look, right, we talk about average range levels. Boom. We've come up from midnight when the day starts, and we've hit, right, 130 ADR, which is kind of an area where you might see some manipulation, right? We can manipulate up to that level and then reverse, distribute for the day, the opposite direction. And you can see we've hit it here, right? But we still have 20 minutes till this candle closes. Let's go back to 5 minute. But if you're having a good morning, you're enjoying the stream so far, please feel free, drop a like. Lets me know that you enjoy what we do here, what we've been doing here every day this week. Share with your family, friends. Share with your grandma. Share with your mom. Tell them Zach's live. Yeah, it depends on what you're considering as higher time frame, right? Because your higher time frame might be my lower time frame. You know, it just depends on what type of trader you are. Because if you're a 5 minute trader, right? If you're like a 15-second scalper, and you're using the 5 minute as your higher time frame, well, I would tell you that it just flipped bearish, right? Close below this low. But if you're using the daily for execution, then yeah, I'd say it's still bullish, right? Same with the weekly. But if I'm using the 4 hour as my higher time frame, like medium time frame for bias, and I'm going to execute like on the 1 hour or 15 minute, then I tell you it's bearish, right? Because we had displacement down, market structure shift, we have equal lows, we're in a premium of this entire range, you know? So it's all subjective, right? What kind of trader are you? What time frames are you watching? The more that they align across all the time frames, the more higher probability, in my opinion, a trade is going to be. More one-sided you could paint it. Appreciate it, Kits. Yeah, the camera. Are you saying the quality just in general, or the camera quality? Yeah, you never know, right? 8:30 opened up though, and we went immediately for buy side liquidity, and now we've dropped, right? But I want to see evidence, you know, of them wanting to take it short or take it lower, right? We do have a lot of liquidity built up, equal lows. But you're right. You're also right. It could just come down here, sweep some lows, equal lows here, and go higher. That's why I want to see imbalances form. Evidence like imbalances, aka displacement. Also like high time frame wicks like this. A market structure shift on like a higher time frame, like a 15 minute or a 1 hour even. Like all those things are going to give me some kind of read. But just like oil, right? We didn't see anything. We were kind of looking for shorts in oil, right? As it was going here into our 1 hour imbalance. Here. But we didn't see any market structure shift to the downside, right? And we saw these discount arrays being respected continuously. Up. Here's another one. Up, right? And we never really saw anything. And by the time it started to kind of roll over here, it was already the afternoon. And the move for the day, in my opinion, was over. So, and we didn't react off this. It kind of just kept checking through it. So that kind of warranted or nulled the idea for looking short, right? And you can see now we've hit these equal highs. So I want to see evidence, right? Just because I have an idea, I want to see the market give me some kind of proof that that might play out. And it never gave it here. So that's why we never got short. And if we did, we would have gotten stopped out, right? I'm not trying to force my will in the market. I'm just trying to see, I want the market or price action to kind of tip its hand. Like right here, the fact that we've broken down here, closed below, and if we respect this little 5-minute imbalance and go lower, that's some evidence, right? That we're now respecting premium arrays here. And we've swept buy side right after 8:30 open here. Up, hits our higher time frame point of interest, Wednesday's low. And also kind of overlaps with the 1/3 ADR. And the fact that 8:30 is above minute open price. If we are bullish, that means we're in a deep premium for the morning because we want to be positioning ourselves for this daily candles expansion here. And if it's going to expand lower, we want to be up here in that higher time frame wick, right? But we do have Powell speaking in 20 minutes. So we can just tape read and watch. I just don't know how long he's going to talk. Could be 30 minutes. Could be an hour. But that dude likes to yap. And also something I just kind of noticed. See this 1 hour wick right here? Big 1 hour wick. Let's cut that in half. Right? You see, we just have a red line here on that wick. It lines up almost exactly with that daily low right here that we've hit. So 2 confluence points right there for this move lower, right? So that's another thing to keep in mind. What indicator for the 8:30 midnight? It's just ICT everything. I have midnight New York prices toggled. Yeah, there's a couple little things, right, that makes sense for why price come up after 8:30, sweep some buy side, and reverse here. Find it with the ADR or average range. Let's just call this immediate rebalance daily. So one thing, right, that I kind of learned from one of ICT's recent streams is that when you have a fair value gap like this, right, but then the candle that forms, it's a 3-candle pattern. This one, then this one, right? And there's a gap. You have a wick like this, like a long drawn out wick right here above, like let's say you're bearish, right? And there's a wick here like this. You can actually get away with placing your stop right here because it's going to have to fight through this wick. You can actually cut it in half and reduce your stop above the consequent encroachment, right? Just think about what's happened here. Prices opened up, come down, and back up. So that's 2 passes. And then this candle closes and comes back down again. So that's 3 passes. If you think about it like a paint roller, right? That's 3 passes. It should keep price at bay if it is going to go lower, right? But if it doesn't and comes back up and fights through that, then you're probably wrong on your trade idea, right? You can put your stop here or you can put it up here. But obviously, I want to see this get respected now. We're still waiting for 10 a.m. Yeah, Shahir, someone told me yesterday that he was talking about my long trade from Tuesday. He was in the chat. And if we go look at the dollar real quick, you see on the weekly chart, right? We have these levels drawn out here, lowest body, consequent encroachment of the wick, and then the low, right? We still have been getting reactions off those levels. Body, consequent encroachment, kind of reacted here off the body again, that level. There's equal highs, 4 hour dollar. Right? The 1 hour chart looks like this. That can maybe add some pressure to the indices to go lower, but I don't really place too much emphasis on trying to align those two. It's more of just a confluence thing. He said he shorted right after he left your stream. The market kept pumping. Yeah, the trade played out in our favor. I just moved stop too soon and got stopped out for half an hour. But if I just left it my stop at the original spot, right, and didn't try and reduce risk and micromanage it, it would have played out for a 2 hour. And I don't know what other breaker he's talking about. But enough on that topic. I feel like people are just saying stuff now. I actually haven't listened to his or watched his stream yet, so. But I honestly don't really care either. Unless he's going to give some kind of like constructive criticism, I'll go watch it, you know? But if, Wednesday we took oil short. What day did we get the oil trade? That was, we took this move short. That was Wednesday. Tuesday was the loss, the long that played out, but we just mismanaged it. And then the next day we got a win on oil. But yeah, like I'll watch his stuff. It's just, unless it's going to be constructive, there's no point in watching it. It's just trash talking. And then it's like, well, okay, well, wasting my time. But that's enough about that, right? What is ICT Accelerator? ICT Accelerator is a community like group, education group that I launched November last year. Ran into some like technical difficulties right when I launched it. I did like a pre-launch with like 10 people limited. And then after New Year's, after the holidays, Christmas, all that, in like February, I got everything sorted after the holidays. And so there's like about 26 people total in the group. But it's a community education platform. But yeah, still no real market structure shift on a 1 hour, right? Just kind of dipping below these lows. So if we disrespect this here, then it could just be a stop hunt to go lower, right? Or it could stay in a range. I'm really just interested in what happens at 10 in about 12 minutes or 11 minutes here. But the the enrollment for that is closed right now. What camera? It's a Sony A7 IV. But yeah, that quality is crazy. You see? But if we go look at ES real quick on the daily and compare it to NQ, right? ES still is respecting that discount array, whereas NQ kind of closed outside of it. But from my opinion, right, one of the main differences between trading these two is that NQ is likes to color outside the lines more compared to ES, right? So the fact that we respected it here so far and are kind of just coloring inside of it here, right? And it's still just been up, up, up. This is like the first kind of like pullback we've had in a minute. BR looking sharp today? What is BR? All right, so we disrespected this. I'm gonna take this off, and we'll just keep it clean. Like I said, if I can't get a set, if I don't see anything I like that just jumps off the chart at me, then it's just gonna be another no trade, right? But even if it does want to just start tanking, right? We don't have to get the very top. We could catch some kind of continuation down, you know, and then get short into the equal lows. We don't have to get the very top of the move where it reverses. We can wait. Oh, be looking sharp. Appreciate it. Where is the glass? Are you talking about like the camera lens? But if we look at YM, right? YM's kind of got a nice little clean breaker here. If it's going to form one. Imbalance here. Yes, just chopping. Let's go look at gold real quick, and we'll look at the one thing that does suck about commodities is that they'll move overnight. Like you had this big run that started like at 2 a.m. here, 3 a.m. on oil. And then in the morning it's just chopping, consolidating. But you can get some nice swing trades on the commodities. Why didn't I get the prop firm route? Because prop firms were a thing when I first started trading. Trading also wasn't as popular as it is now when I first started, like 4 or 5 years ago. I think like once you had the GameStop thing kind of happen, I got in like slightly before that. I remember sitting in a Discord for like Wall Street Bets, and I went in one of the live voice channels, and there's like hundreds of people in there. This is like when GameStop was making those highs, and it was just going crazy to the upside. I have a Snapchat memory of it actually. Yeah. But the thing is, we're talking about like what prop firms are now compared to what they were, right? They weren't really around. No one really used them, right? At least the people that I hung out with. I was trading options. There was no prop firm for options. I didn't even discover futures until I found ICT. My journey kind of started with small cap stocks. Then it moved to options. And then futures. I only really touch options now if it's going to be more of like a swing. I'm going to swing options. Like I caught IBM, market maker sell model. weekly. So yeah, on this, all these equal highs are taken out. And I caught this move down. And I was looking for these equal lows, right? But we never got it. But I was taking profits in these imbalances here. I bet if I go on Twitter, I could find it for you guys. I actually posted it though, but no one really gave a fuck because everyone was just trading futures. Come on, I'm giving y'all the sauce. If I can find it. Yeah. Here we go. I guess you can see it now. Yeah, I posted this like on January 23rd or 25th, 2023. Swing idea, and those equal highs were taken out. And I was looking on the daily chart like a market maker sell model. And I was like, I want to see it play out like this. And then if you go to... Oh yeah, and they're about to, that came out like the day I posted that. They're about to fire 4,000 employees. Where? And then update. 100% return so far. You see it played out, right? Took profit in this imbalance here and this imbalance here. So I was holding like 2/3 left or 1/3 left. And then I ended up getting stopped out because if you go look on the weekly, right, we didn't actually get those lows. We retraced back up and then I got stopped out for break even. I got over 100% return on that position. So it works. Like if you're really patient and you can, if you want to swing, and I bought those contracts for like months in advance, like multiple months out, expiration. And they were well in the puts were well in the money. The concepts work, right? On other things, you just got to kind of be patient. And I really only touch options when it's stuff like that. But you got to have conviction too. No, I didn't take a trade yesterday. I don't mind swinging options. It's just the day trading part is kind of annoying because you got to pick the strike price. You got to pick the expiration. You got to look at the Greeks, like the implied volatility. You got to look at all that. And it's, by the time you've done all that, and the market's kind of already moved and everything's changed. Unless you're trading like 0 date, then it's pretty easy. So we've taken out this low, right? I'm kind of looking at this like might be a little market structure shift, right? A little premature one, but I'm just curious to see what happens at 10 o'clock in about a minute. Powell just going to walk on stage and it's just going to go boom or dink. How long did I study? I'm still studying. Every day learning, trying to learn. When did I start though? My starting point was really the 2022 mentorship. Like as he was releasing those videos. But also it can just chop as he talks. And then once he's done talking, could move. You can see it's starting to get a little volatile as we get closer and closer. We got 10 seconds. Like, bro, what? My man walks out on stage and the market goes crazy. Let me see if I can find the video. He said, all he said was good morning, guys. What's going on? All he said was good morning. All right, we're gonna reenact. We're gonna reenact his speech. Good morning. Boom! Big green candle. All right, all right, all right. Well, I'm thinking longs now, honestly. Just going off of what ES is looking like. I mean, honestly, it just looks like ES wants this high. Today could be a runner day. We'll see. I'm going to kind of clean up the chart a bit. Not to get too... actually. Too messy. There's a tiny little imbalance here. But like, you're not really seeing any kind of reaction in this 4 hour. I'm thinking this whole move down is just going to get rebalanced. Or repriced into. Because even on the daily, right, it was really just a pullback. It's just sus because you have equal lows. But, you know, you got to do it. The market might not want to take those out yet. All right. One of my people telling me to check Discord real quick. Damn, one of the people in my group just got this. He said, read it like a book. Good shit, good shit. I'm just happy we're not in this range anymore. Like, we're seeing some movement now. That's all you can ask for, right? We just got to be patient and wait for a setup that we like, that I like. Get a gold trade on. Let's pull a fib. I mean, I'm not complaining about all-time highs. My portfolio is up. My portfolio is up. Don't even ask me what I'm in on what my share price is on Nvidia. That's another thing too. Like trading is I trading is one way to make money, right? But investing like long term, don't neglect that either. That stuff you can pass down. Yeah, bro. Look at my watch list. I haven't touched them, but I have so many. Like, this is my basket. This is everything I used to trade when I traded options. I mean, you got DraftKings, Neo, Netflix. Like, this is like my little basket from like COVID era, pre-COVID. Then we have the COVID stocks. We got healthcare, biotech, ETFs in here. The theme, right? The theme was energy for a while, defense, energy, because that's when the Ukraine shit was going down. Materials, like all these metal companies. That was the shit that was popping. Lockheed Martin, Raytheon. Airlines were a big thing because of COVID. Bitcoin miners, like all that stuff, uranium, and then weed, right? But obviously now it's just this for me. Damn, look at that. We waiting, man. High up here. Five-minute. But instead of going lower, we're just gonna sit on this 15 here. I just want to look at the 1 minute too. Yeah, not in a rush. I mean, we're up for the week. I'd say this week's been pretty wacky. I mean, look at the weekly candle. It's kind of been, we've been up and down. Monday, right here, is it chops, then kind of runs during lunch. And then the past 2 days, right, or Tuesday, Wednesday, some nonsense chop. We watched oil and got a win on that. And then yesterday, right, I didn't really have a good read on what it wanted to do. And then the bottom just kind of fell out. And then today, right, it still seems kind of 50-50 in here, right? I do like upside just off ES and what it's doing. But if Powell's going to say some whack shit, then it might go lower. Yeah, I have money in crypto. I have exposure to crypto. Enough where like I feel comfortable about it, but not so much that if I lose it, it'll upset me, Like I can lose 100% of what I have in crypto in case something happens. Even this, right? Even this kind of looks like your little breaker. Tap that into it. Let me see if I can find when if I can find his speech real quick for us. Figure out when he'll shut up. FederalReserve.gov. Watch live. Yeah, he's speaking inflation. Jackson Hole. He's still talking. If you want the link, just look up. You can probably just look up on YouTube, Jackson Hole Symposium. But I'll let you know if when he stops. Let's go to a 4-hour here. Hour here. So this red area, right? This red shaded area, that's that daily volume imbalance right here. So I just have it on there to see if we do tap into that, what happens. Could act as a speed bump, could just run right through it. But yeah, the dollar's about to make a new low for the week. Oil's kind of pumping. Gold's pumping. Powell pumping the market? Dude, look at gold. Gold's straight up. What's up, the plot? What's up? Happy Friday, Nick. Welcome back. I think Nick's been here all 4 days. Or 5 days now. This is our 5th day in a row streaming. If you've been here all 5 days, drop a like on the video. Tell your little brother, your little sister about the stream. Yeah, James, I saw it. Appreciate you guys for showing up and supporting. If I do stream next week, it'll be limited because I'm leaving Thursday to go to Florida with the fam. Natalia, Chris, Reaper, Asim, 9:30 Sibby. 5-minute one here. Yeah, it just wasn't enough for me, Joe. And that's for like we want to see what happens at 10, right? And that's you see this 1-minute candle, 66 handles in 1 minute. Emma, 5 for 5. Shahir, Chuck, Amanay. I get it. Yeah, I reckon the OG pick. Where am I going in Florida? I'll be in Jacksonville area. A bunch of people in the 5 for 5. Couple 4 for 5, 3 for 5. If it's your first time joining, welcome. Happy Friday. Could just run this shit to drop it. coldest stream intro. I wanted to put the OG intro on the stream, but the music's copyrighted, so it would affect my channel. I'm gonna have to remove those old streams as well if I want to do what I want to do with this and take the channel where I want to take it. I'm gonna have to remove those because of the copyright. Same with majority of all of the live executions. Because of all the copyrighted music. But those are still on Twitter. I don't really post stuff like that anymore. 80 likes. How many likes we got? 86 likes. Let's see if we can get that to 100, guys. Come on. We can get there. You're enjoying the stream. You're enjoying yourself. Just chilling. Just hit that like button. It's free. It takes 1 second. Lets me know I'm doing a good job. All right, and we're watching this red area, right? You can see we studied there a little bit, but nothing really has happened, to the downside that got me thinking short. I'm still waiting for Powell to shut up. So if you've noticed, he's still talking. Oh, he's just finished, guys. Look, I think he just finished. All right, let's see. I'll let you know if he comes back on, but right now it's just this screen. Yeah, I think it just ended. 3 minutes. All right. He's done. Now this shit's about to tank. Not really, but we'll see. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. You know what that means. Not done. Let's see. The stream ended for me. Look, the stream ended right here. What happened? This is over for me. Come on, man, you behind. We got that edge in the market. We got the quick Wi-Fi. The high frequency trading Wi-Fi. So look, that red area, right? We were talking about that daily volume imbalance. So far, imbalances here. If those get respected, and we move lower, I'm thinking these lows down here, boy. And they did us a favor too by running it even higher to give us more room, more potential range to capture, right? But we gotta wait, right? We gotta see evidence of that. I'm just kind of thinking out loud, right? That's the nice thing about it. You don't have to know what price wants to do all the time, right? I kind of have a general idea of like what I want to see happen today. If it starts giving me proof that that's gonna, it's occurring, then I'll be in sync. But you really only have to know what the market wants to do when it makes sense to you, but also like in that moment when you're about to take a trade, that's all that really matters, right? I really had no clue what it wanted to do when it was in here. That's kind of why I sat on my hands and traded oil instead. Speaking of oil, I'm gonna chop in a bit. Honestly, I think our best bet's gonna be indices today. Appreciate it, guys. Glad you're learning. Why there? A little imbalance here. Didn't even make it up to this one, so that'll be a little breakaway gap if it does move lower. Still no real shift to the downside yet that I like. Still just kind of in here in this little range. Some lows right here, lows right here. Still above midnight open. So if this is going to be like, look at this. There's really no wick to the downside on the daily chart. This isn't a bad thing. It's just the market opened up and it went straight up. Who's been making money all day? Because of this displacement here. I'm not really looking for, and we have these equal lows, right? Here. Kind of have a 3 drives here. Up into some buy side above the bodies on the daily. Daily's respecting the volume imbalance here. Not the cleanest week, in my opinion, on the indices. Yeah, it's just, I'm with Rose. If ES is leading, right, it did respect its discount daily imbalance, whereas NQ kind of colored outside of it. It's back above it now. But like, look at the regular trading hours gap, right? Today. We closed here yesterday and opened up here morning. It kind of came down a little bit, right? But there's still some unfinished business, in my opinion, here. We just need to see, right, evidence that it wants to go down. And right now, I'm not really seeing any. We closed above here. And so if this is just going to act as a speed bump, then higher prices are in order. Higher prices are in order. New low week on the dollar. let's watch both. What I don't want to get caught in is this, right? I just don't want to get caught in that. So, 4 hour Q. Come on, right here, 2 o'clock, 6 a.m. I consider both these to be the order block, right? Series of up close candles. Yeah, I don't trade Forex MM. I've actually never traded Forex. Might be a dumb question, but I don't even know how you even decide which pair to trade against each other. I know euro dollar is popular. I guess you look at the news events. Yeah, Forex is pretty unknown to me. Well, let's just tape read for a bit. Let's just see what's got some here. Oh, the dollar, yeah. That's why I like indices though. You can it's nice to just because these all move together, right? In theory they should. YM recently not as much, but in theory these should all pretty much move together. They should be correlated. Positively correlated. So you kind of if you're watching one, you're kind of watching all of them. Pretty easy to keep track. But then when you combine that with maybe like one or two different things like gold and oil that aren't correlated, like nice to have some things that are uncorrelated to the industry that you can look at or trade when they are chopping or just kind of misbehaving. Yeah, this red area is just the daily fair value gap. The price kind of came up above it. It's dipped into it again. If we just jump to a higher time frame, right? Like the 5 minute, it's still meh. Mm-mm. We're close. All right, so 15-minute candle just closed. It's 10:30. Is ICT still streaming a black screen? Yeah, Mark. This is like my first week doing live streams. Started on Monday. Probably not the best week to start because of the price action, but we're up on the week though. Nothing crazy. 2,000. Do I like the weekend? You mean like the singer or the artist? Or are you talking about like Saturday, Sunday? Oh, you mean like do I like enjoy the weekend because I'm a trader? I can't make money. Yeah, I used to honestly when I first started I didn't, but I appreciate it now because it gives you time away. But when you're learning and you're trying to, consume it and you're excited about it, not saying I'm not excited about it now, but when you're in the early stages, you're like, fuck the weekend. Like everyone's at the bar, like getting hammered, and you're like, I'm trying to make bands and don't give a fuck about what anyone's saying. But once you like, I've been doing it for so long now that I appreciate the time off now. Otherwise, you'll get burnt out. Like, you gotta enjoy why you're like, why are you even doing this? Why are you trading? Because for me, it's the freedom, right? So if I just sit here and I'm a slave to the chart every day, every week, then it kind of neglects or negates the whole point of me doing this, right? But I'll be honest, like the only difference between my weekdays and weekends at this point is like the market's open. Like my like yesterday, right? I'll wake up and I'll trade for a few hours or look at the markets for a few hours. And then, go do whatever I want for the rest of the day. Like I'll go to the gym. I'll go play sports, go out to eat for lunch. Like all that stuff. Like there's not really a big difference between my weekdays and weekends now. And that's how I think like that should be like your goal is to like not have like your life should be continuous. It shouldn't matter day of the week. But you do have that societal structure that kind of keeps you like all my friends have jobs, right? So like my plans with them are structured more on the weekends because, that's when they're free. But when I was in Miami doing the podcast, I was there from like Tuesday to Saturday. I was there for like basically the second half of the week and then had like Thursday, Friday night to do fun stuff. Like we were going out like cigar bars, like going out to like dinner, like thousands of dollars on dinner. Just like stupid, just like fun stuff like that. And it was fun because like, oh, it's a Wednesday. Let's go spend like $500 on this like meal. And the cool thing about it was everyone was trying to pay for each other. Like everyone was trying to like pick up the tab. Like I went to go close out we were at the cigar bar in Brickell, Miami called Empire. And I went to go close yeah, I'm watching. I went to go close my like tab out because it was winding down. We were literally getting kicked out. We stayed there so long. And we had like 40 people there, like all traders. Majority of them traders, some content creator kind of guys. And I I went to get closed out, and she was like, "Oh, everything's already been paid for." I was like, "Oh, okay." I kind of like this, but I was like, I was trying to. I couldn't even pay for anything when I was down there. Not like 40. It was probably like 20 though, 20 to 30 that came and went. Let's see, who'd I meet? I met 2 Degrees, their whole team of people. FX for a living. I met him. I um met Shinobi Signals. I met Casper, aka Jesse. Met J Cap. Met I'm missing. There's a few other people. Oh, I met Kit, aka ICT Concepts on Twitter. I met obviously Words of Wisdom. I was on the podcast. Who else? There's a few others I'm missing off the top of my head. They'll come back to me. When do I know to zoom in? When I see something I like on the higher time frame, I'll zoom in to the lower time frame, right? I've never met TJR, but I know who he is. He lives in Puerto Rico, or he's between Puerto Rico and Miami. I've met Omar. There's a couple other people that were there. I can't remember. Apologies if you're watching. If you're watching the stream and I forgot to mention you, I'm sorry. But that is like the whole reason I got on social media in the first place, was to do stuff like that. You know? Like that's what social media is about. Connecting with people like that. Because like where I live, there's not a lot of people who live like that, or have that like kind of mindset, you know? They're few and far between. They're out there, but all right, I'm thinking short, honestly. Expected edition. I'm just looking for some degen traders, you know? SMT with ES. Are these highs? Yeet. We got some SMT here. This one right here. There's also a little one right here too. Right. Used it on the way up. Disrespected it. Way down. Right. I'm just not seeing any. There's some fair value gaps in here. But don't keep in mind, right? If we are gonna go to those equal lows, we have a lot of room to run. Right. So I don't need to get or just yet. I want to see more. I'm really looking for something on a 5-minute, to be honest. But we can watch the 1-minute. I don't want to get too sucked in. Indicator is power 3 by 2 degrees. This is the pro version. You can get the free version. Oh, I was in the 5-minute? No. I like to. It would be great if we could put in a 5-minute fair value gap right here, aligned with this up close candle opening price. It'd be fun to have this low taken out. You get something like that. Have you guessed war? Damn, 2 degrees. Let me get some kickbacks from these indicator referrals, all right? Nah. All right, it's 10:40. Let's go check on the commodities. Oil's on the move ish. What is the indicator indicating? This thing? The daily candle, but I can change it to whatever I want. I can change it to a bunch of 15-minute candles. I can do whatever. You're in Justin's mentorship, and it's funny about talking about, yeah. Great minds think alike. What's up? The logic, man. The logic. All right, here's gold. Words of wisdom. Yeah, I was on there back in February. No, I don't drop below the 1 minute. I can trade the lower time frames. I just don't like to. Okay. Like my sweet spot for taking a trade is on the 5-minute. Like 5-minute entry and having like the everything kind of aligning on the 1 hour and the 15-minute, like that's money. But right now, like if I went on a 15-minute, right, it's still looking like you have a little 15-minute imbalance below this 5-minute low right here. But so far, like nice. At least it's a speed, some type of speed bump off the imbalance here, or sorry, volume imbalance daily, right? We're seeing that. And if we go on the daily for ES, right, we haven't taken out the week, the high of the week so far. It's just with ES looking like it is and NQ coloring out some of the lines, it's still not really clear to me what it wants to do, right? We had the pump initially at 10. We've kind of been consolidating so far on like a 15 or a 5-minute. Even the 1 minute will kind of tell you that, right? We're kind of just in this little range here. But if it is rolling over, right, you could be starting to see sell side the curve form. But that's just something I'm keeping in mind, right? Are we making higher highs or lower highs? And we might see some kind of pump here to make either a lower high or a higher high, right? I'm just waiting to see. It looks like it's not going to give us a little imbalance there. But the 5 minutes just low enough where you can get some nice scalps and some nice day trades like we got on oil. Like I could have held if we held that oil trade right here, right? We got in on this wick. Could have held it all day, right? Down to 2 o'clock, down to our target. So you can get nice scalps off of it. You can hold runners all day like that. It's like a nice in between, and it'll give you without getting too focused on a lower time frame, right? And getting chopped up. Like if everything's clear to me, if everything's looking real clean on these higher time frames, especially and then on the 5-minute as well, that's when I feel really comfortable narrowing in on the 1 minute. Don't forget about that regular trading hours gap. Right? Guess we can mark it out. That 1 hour wick, boy. See, if I was trying to like long this 15-minute gap right here, that's not what you want to see. Right? We're basically back to where 10 o'clock opened. So the Powell comes on stage, shoots the market up, and now we're starting to see it. I'm bullish on the session. What would you say would be something to look on, look to form? I can't really paint a bullish scenario in my head right now, honestly. You want to see this 15-minute hold right here, at least. You're digging into some down close candles here. But honestly, it looks like that's not going to happen. Yeah, 8:30 here. We're now back inside that regular trading hours gap, right? In here. Yeah, if you're gonna invert your chart, just don't forget to actually do the opposite of, click the opposite button. Dumpy. It's annoying when it goes from like chop and then. Look at that. And like, look at the daily candle now. We're back at midnight open. You got what we talked about before, right? All this trendline liquidity. People buying Powell's pump. Golly, bruh. Can't even get in. This is almost 100 candle or 100 handle candle right here. On the 1 minute. But yeah, nice reaction off that imbalance. Right? That's one reason, like, just because these levels get filled in right here doesn't mean you want to get rid of them, right? Especially if it's a daily level like this. That's why I still have these up here. Time for the D. Yeah, win's a win. Bro, I've sold for peanuts so many times because I was following my plan. But once you like can size a little bit heavier, right, you can leave runners. That's why it's important, like, trade micros. If you can only hold like 1 or 2 like minis, trade micros because you can hold like 9 micros, and it's easier to scale and take partials. I only have 2 monitors. All right, let's see. Can we get something? We now have 15-minute shift, right? It's pretty clear now that, to me at least, so far, these lows right here are what I'm eyeing. And we're back in that gap, right? That gap low. Regular trading hours gap. Yeah, if you're gonna, I wouldn't put my stop. If I was gonna take this, I would put stop. Well, that's kind of doing its thing. Got oil. Kind of nice. Well, conversion. 30s all the way up here. We did tap into a imbalance here on the daily. Yeah, I think we pointed that out yesterday or a couple of days ago. So if we can't get, if the dump's already just gonna go without us on Nasdaq, right? Maybe oil might give us something. Maybe we can catch the top of this and get a retracement. Say like this is the dealing range. Okay. I like oil better than gold. A lot of lows here on the 15-minute too. See how this 5-minute candle closes on oil. All right, I'm gonna get some more water, guys. I'll be right back. It's almost 11. It's that top of the hour. Macro, 10:50, 11:10. Let's see what happens, right? I like the close there on that. What's up, Axel? All right, I want to see Because to me, this isn't. This might just be a retracement on the daily, right? I don't want to call it top. Part of me wants to wait until this 15-minute candle closes, but I feel like it might just dig up into here and then die. And you do have like equal lows right down here. So we got 3 minutes till this 15-minute candle closes. It's looking like a little breaker. I just don't want to see this 15-minute candle start printing a wick and then just go higher, right? That's why I'm kind of waiting. You do have a little gap right here as well. It's just the big move in London kind of makes me wary because sometimes you'll get a large overnight move and then the morning just chops. We're still kind of in this range up here after taking out buy side, and we're in this higher time from array, right? This daily for value gap. Kind of hovering around 8:30 open. But see, like that 15-minute so far, like I don't like that. It's gonna close here in 15 seconds. Let's watch. I'm watching NQ still. Other monitor. I'm gonna set an alert here. It's slow. Go back to NQ real quick. But it's 11 o'clock, right? We just had that hourly candle form. We dug up into this down close candle here, right? High, low, higher, high. Let's dug up into that here. But and it tapped into 830 open. So I'm watching oil on my other monitor too. So we won't miss anything on that. I'm gonna log out because I don't want to hit any hotkeys. Just buy in queue. Why don't you buy in queue? It's that whipsaw, up, down. Now we're kind of back in the middle of that range. Oil's still messing around in that gap. Tapped into this. I want to see how it reacts. All right, you have a 15-minute. It immediately rebalance that, right? Then head lower. But I want to see what it wants to do up in this. Not trying to call a top. Those, right? Opening gap, tapped into. And kind of pull back off that. So far. I'm bouncing between. Support. Up. 50% of it. Calling the top right now. Better pick up. But look at that 1 hour candle. Juking everybody out. Yeah, there's a lot of range, right? And you got to think about. I always think about like, what's the market's objective? It's trying to take my money, right? It's trying because it's player versus player out here. Every time I lose a dollar, it's going into somebody else's pocket. Every time I make a dollar, I'm taking it from somebody else. So all the market's trying to do is entice you in. It's trying to entice you in when there's not, when your setup's not there, when it moves, you know, in one direction really fast, trying to get you to FOMO in, right? That's all it's trying to do. It's trying to fuck you. I'm just trying to stay a virgin, you know? This is not a family friendly stream. Sorry if you're watching with your kids. I'm a virgin in today. I haven't taken a trade or lost. In that sense. I haven't popped my trade cherry yet today. Fair Virgin God. But yeah, like the past. We got about 225 people in here. Let's go. Can we get to 150 likes on the stream? I think the most we had this week since I started doing this was 340. And that was on the winning trade on Wednesday. I think. Or it might have been when ICT popped in on, I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look. But when I say like most viewers, I'm talking about most viewers at one time, right? People stop in and go. All right, Nay, I'll see you. Why there? Wrong breaker. Yeah, it's been pretty lackluster all week, Matthew. But we're green. Small green for the week so far. I'm gonna give it till like 11:30ish, and we'll call it for a morning. It'd be cool if we get something to form in here to take out relative equal lows. That would be nice, right? But it's kind of just chugging back into the middle of this range. But you see 830, how it is using that, right? Hit it multiple times here. Bodies still below it. That's one of the reasons why I have these opening prices on my chart. Want to smash? Are you a chick? Guys, this is not a dating stream. But if we go look at oil, right? I didn't jump the gun on oil. I want to see. And you see, right? It hasn't done anything, right? It's actually just chugging back up, right? So far. So I'm glad I stayed out, right? I wouldn't want to see a reaction immediately off that to go lower, and it could react here. But in all honesty, right? Dug into this 1 hour imbalance below. And you do have this wick here when Powell started talking, right? Around, we had the drop on NASDAQ at the same time it occurred kind of here on oil. I'm not really trying to call a top. All right. Mama. Look, I didn't even have to go to the bathroom. You just gotta talk about it and it drops. No week opening gap here, weekly open here, midnight open here. There's a couple things in the way of these equal lows. You got a little, I'm looking at this candle right here, right? Kind of like a breaker. And there's an overlap with the fair value gap there. I just don't know, man. I just don't know if I like that as a short. If you look, right, we're about to form a 15-minute imbalance here in 2 minutes. I'm watching oil too. Let's see, right? Let's see what happens in here. On the 5-minute, right, we've dug into these below the bodies here, right? And we've hit midnight open now. So it's not, get this drawn out. All right. Stay to the lower portion there. Yeah, and you also have this right here, right? Up to low at the same time. I'm not in a trade right now. Like, look at the 5-minute, right? See, I wouldn't want to be shorting that. Now we're digging it up a portion. I wouldn't even want to see it go up to the upper portion. And in about 60 seconds, we're going to have a 15-minute imbalance. So if it does open up, right, you want to reach up and above that high, right? And that would stop you out if you got short in here. So that's kind of why I stayed away. And that's also another reason why I don't sit on the 1-minute chart, right? And just pattern trade these setups. Yeah, I would have gotten stopped out there, see? Can't entice me in. You're not taking my money. Honestly, let's look at 50% of this wick. Right here. Now we got a breaker going this way, and it looks way cleaner than that short, right? Oil is using that 5-minute inversion, reclaimed it, so yeah, that's another reason why I'm not sitting on these 1-minute charts, really. You can get caught like that, just trading pattern for pattern's sake, right? And I have these opening prices on here. We talk about it again, right? 8:30, midnight open. They're game changer. Now, right? 74 handles? I feel like if I'm going to trade, I want to trade with low size because it's Friday. The market's kind of just ranging. It's ranging with nice range, you know, but it's in this, just rolling over itself. It's not really giving you many opportunities either. Like you got to buy if you want to. You have to be kind of aggressive with the entry. Like right when we, validate this breaker here, or the swing point here, buy right when it closes above or right when it breaks above. Right. That's not how I want to trade in these conditions. So we're in this 15-minute imbalance here. And we prevented 2 stop outs. We're almost 2 stop outs. I'm watching oil over here, right? That 5-minute inversion level that we were looking at, right? Haven't even, we're disrespecting this one here, and we've reclaimed it here. Use that as support, right? So if it does go higher, right? Didn't jump the gun on any of these. Preserving the capital. Look at ES. You do have SMT. If we go to YM on the left here, you have SMT here. YM. YM just took the high of the day. I'm kind of leaning bullish. If I had to put on a trade, or I would die, I would be leaning bullish, but right, you're still digging into this 15-minute imbalance. But I do like how it's moved up, right? It didn't just hit the lower quadrant or lower half and move away, right? It's dug up into it. CS zeros. Yeah, big W, Frank. Rule number 1, or the goal number 1 is just to preserve your capital, right? It could be mental capital, it could be monetary capital. But like this whipsaw back and forth, probably frustrating a lot of people. I'm just not really seeing like any setups that I like. Because you gotta remember, like the days that I like to trade are those one-sided days, right? And this hasn't really been one-sided. It's just been in this range. Like that oil trade we had, if we compare today's price action to that clean setup, right? It's been trending down, right? We're above minute open on the short. Right? And it just trended down all day. Like those are the types of reads that I enjoy. Not really doing too much well. Gold. $15-minute balance right here. Oh, did my camera just die? Damn, my camera did die. I forgot to charge it last night. But it's all good. We'll give it another 10 minutes or so. Now we're just back in the center of this range. A 5-minute breaker here? No, because I think if it's... I think it's just ranging. I wouldn't... You want if you're gonna trade a range, you want to trade the extremes, right? You don't want to try and trade in the middle. That's why seek and destroy is so predictable. Like if you're just expanding both sides of the range. Like if I go to a clean chart. if you're just expanding both sides of the range, it's seeking to short conditions, right? You want to be trading at the extremes because that's where price is having those inflection points, right? So that's super predictable to trade because when we take out some lows, right, we're probably gonna go target the other side, right? And you're just stopping out everybody on either side. So people trying to trade breakouts, people trying to go short. You want to be trading the move. All right. Just hit 60 retracement inside this 15-minute imbalance. You can see now that 50-minute candle. Crazy, like a fox said, buy in Q. Like, look at the hourly. Even the 15-minute. It's pretty much swept both sides of this range. And like when we talk about accumulation, it doesn't have to always be in a straight line, like so. It can be, slightly uptrend, right? Kind of like today. Or downtrend. But no, I wouldn't even try and short up here, honestly. You traded the 1 minute because you're on buy side of the curve now, right? We're seeking buy side and repricing into these imbalances here. Just like here, you were seeking sell side, right? But yeah, apologies, my camera died. Yeah, the broadening pattern is just to illustrate the expanding on both sides of the range. Like I had a killer week trading oil because on the daily or like 4-hour chart, where was it? Here, back in May, it was doing just that, right? It was just broadening the range. So you could predict, right? And just because we didn't take out the low, right, you still have the bodies here. So we were catching these moves up and down, like just trading it in that range. So finally it broke down below these equal lows, right? Here, all these equal lows. Boom. And then eventually went for the highs, right? This is a 4-hour chart. So when it's really predictable like that, it's super easy to get a read on what the week or the next couple days might want to do. This kind of looked like a sell model, right? And it looks like now it wants higher prices, right? We talked about that 5-minute inversion, and now it looks like it wants to go for the high. So I think we avoided another stop out there. I'm glad we didn't take a position, right? Frank was trying to pressure me. Call me a pussy. Come on, man. But yeah, it's not the type of day I want to trade. Come on, Frank. Post your short. Nah, it's all good. All right, we're close to 150 likes. Can we get that before we end the stream? Only like 13 more. I know there's somebody out there who's been watching all 5 days, hasn't said a word in the chat, but they're enjoying the stream. Do I remember you back from the old days? No, I don't think so. Thank you, Franco. Yeah, my camera's dead. You can see my face when it died. I'm focused up. All right, it's getting kind of messy. I'm going to take... We got SMT at the lows and the highs now. Like, if we go look at ES, right? Or sorry, YM. What do you do when you have that? Nothing. Let's go. We hit 160 likes. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I look like that emoji. Stone emoji. How many trades do you take a week? 3 to 4. I've taken 2 this week. It's been pretty slow this week. If his market's moving nice, 3 to 4. If I get a win, I'm done. Yeah, it's all about eliminating those unnecessary losses, right? Take less trades, you make more money because you're getting rid of those trades that are undoing the good trades, right? Those bad trades. But I'm about to go deadlift here in a little bit, and in the stream here soon. Negative 2R is my limit. And once I hit negative 2R in the day, done. So that's why you see me, I'm so selective, because I know I have 2 rounds in the chamber, right? And if I miss one, then I got 1 left. Deadlift. I weigh 185, 190 pounds. I'm 6 foot. I deadlift 315 for reps. I haven't tried to max because I'm not trying to throw my back out. I kind of moved away from trying to like max and just do like heavy reps. But see, we're back in the center of this range now. And we're just kind of consolidating inside this 15-minute imbalance. But SMT at the highs with YM. It's just one of those days. Friday, Powell just spoke. Yeah, I don't mind doing compound lifts. I actually prefer doing compound stuff like deadlift, squats, full body stuff like that. But I'm 26. I'm not trying to like fuck up my knees or back. Yeah, I'm about to. We'll call it here in the next couple minutes. I'm just kind of chatting. But thank you guys for stopping by. We got 169 likes on the video. A decent turnout for a Friday. If we go look at oil, right, to check in on that idea, about to take the high. So I'm glad we didn't short. The win in my book. Preserving money is just as much as a win as making money. Not about what you make, it's about what you keep. You take one thing away from the stream, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. Right? And we kept on this, right? We're green for the week. 2,000, right? I'm having steak for dinner. Where is this? I'm having my way. I'm having damn, where is the steak emoji? Ah, fuck it. I'm having my cake and I'm eating it too. But anyways, yeah. I think we preserved our capital here on this trade idea. Didn't try and call a top. Yeah, I got inverted, right? But we didn't see extra confluence or proof. Boom, would have got stopped out there. So it's looking like this will be it for me. Like I said, we're just chopping in the middle of this range now. And we're getting close on lunch too. So that could continue the consolidation. But I might peek at it when we get back from the gym. Just to see what's up if we did get out of this range. But usually Friday afternoon, I'll call it on a week like this. Not want to give back any profits. I'll just call it. Live to fight another day. But thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate you guys showing up. No, I'm gonna take an early weekend. But this price action, like I said, this week's been kind of slow, in my opinion. But for next week, right before you guys go, for next week, I'll put an announcement out on Twitter or on Instagram or all handles, right, at Fair Value God, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, right? I'll put an announcement out on socials, whether it's the community tab here, Twitter, Instagram, right? On what the plan is for next week. But I will be, if I do decide to stream next week, it'll be a shortened week because Thursday, Friday, I'm going to Florida for Labor Day weekend, and I'll be back. I'll be traveling home on Tuesday that following week. So you got to remember, right? We do have a next week. Let's take a look, right? Hold on, wait. Okay, yeah. So next week I'll be gone Thursday, Friday, and then following week, right, is Labor Day. The 3-day weekend next weekend. And usually, right, obviously the markets are going to be partially open for futures, but technically closed for equities. And then you have usually the day after. I know we have high impact news, but usually the day after a bank holiday can be kind of choppy too. But I'll be driving home on that day. So I'll be back not next week, but the following week after Labor Day, depending on how next week's streams go. If we do them, the schedule will look like that, right? So, but next week, just before we get off, kind of have some medium impact stuff on Monday, Tuesday, right? Some news. We have our favorite oil inventories, right? We got to dub off that on Wednesday. This week, let's see if we can do it again next week, and then Thursday, right? couple things. But also keep in mind, right? Labor Day weekend, bank holiday. What week is it? It's NFP week too. So combine that with a bank holiday the same week. It can be kind of choppy. But thank you guys for coming. Feel free to follow, like, subscribe the video, and I'll see you guys again later. Peace, guys.